Station, this is ABC Primetime. How do you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear. Welcome aboard the International Space Station.
Thank you so much, Commander Kelly. Thank you very much for talking with us, so I'll begin now. Your brother told us that you call 5 or 6 times a day. What is it you most want to say to him in this moment?
Well, during, difficult situations, I think it's important to, have frequent contact with your, family members and people that you're close to. And my brother and I are very, very close. And, I think it's, it's good for him, for me to be talking to him. And it's also good for me. So I think it's a kind of a two-way thing for us, that it's, somewhat comforting to both of us. And just the way the technology works on board the space station, he can't call me, so I have to call him, and I've been doing that fairly frequently.
Is there a word, a sentence that you say to each other in tough times?
We're not that touchy-feely kind of people, and so. When I call, I just ask them, usually the first thing is, how's Gabby? And then, how are you doing? And, we just talk about, mostly her and her condition, but other things like we normally do. So, no, I wouldn't say there's any, specific sentence that, thing that I say to him every time to try to, make things better for him.
I just want to note that 200 miles up, I've been accused of a touchy-feely question. Is the commander still there? I just want to make sure you can still hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. I didn't know if you maybe you might have been cut out. I didn't know if you had if there was another question on that.
Oh, okay, good. No, you issued a statement, a very moving statement, at the end of which you said, we're better than this. We must do better. What did you mean?
I think our country, faces a lot of challenges, and we face a lot of challenges here in the space program, and constant. And the way we deal with those and the way we overcome them is through teamwork. And I think, I think in America today, with all the challenges we do face, we need to show more teamwork, and I think that works, and I think it'll help us, not only get past things like this, but see a better future for not only ourselves, but for our children and those who come after us.
I know that in sheer human terms, there are a lot of people who imagine that at this moment it must be so difficult for you not to be here, that you must wish in 1,000 ways you could simply walk out a door and come back. Is that true?
Well, that's a tough question to answer, because I'm kind of a realist, and I don't, I understand this is, this is a situation I'm in. I'm certainly would prefer to be, there to support, Gabby, my brother, my kids, friends and family. But, the fact that I can't, and, even if it was a tragedy worse than this, there is just no way I am coming back to Earth before March 16th. Unless there was some kind of major emergency on the space station. It's just, we know that going into this, into a flight like this, so I know I'm not coming home. So, I think the best I can do is just continue to do my job, as I've done all along, and support my brother and my kids and others as best I can through the means we have on board the space station.
You said in your statement that Congresswoman Giffords is a brilliant patriot. Tell us the thing you first noticed about her when you first met her.
What's great about Gabby is she treats everyone the same. And, she's always interested in their opinion, interested, in, what their lives are like, interested in trying to help them. And it doesn't matter, from what, walk of life they are, from what party they are. She's genuinely a kind, caring person, and incredibly dedicated to her job in Congress and to our country. And not that this should happen to anybody, but for it to happen to someone like her makes it even, even that more just shocking and, such a horrible tragedy. And not to, and I don't want to just focus on her because this is a horrible tragedy on many levels. I mean, a 9-year-old girl, other people that were killed and injured. It's just, it's just really terrible that things like this happen in America and, around the world.
How closely can you follow the news, and are you following it?
Normally the ground sends up, I've asked them to send up the news on the weekends prior to this, only really as a precursor such that the connection is made so I can watch Houston Texans football games on Sunday. So generally I would have the news because they had to put something on the television. And but since this happened, actually until today, I've had it on basically continuously since the since the shooting occurred. So we don't have continuous coverage, but maybe 45 minutes an hour I've had live television news on, and I can't look at it all the time because I'm very busy, but a few minutes here and there I can look at it. We also have a kind of a spotty but real-time internet connection, so I can look on news sites there, and of course we have a telephone.
We had a chance to spend some time with your brother on the weekend, but tell us all what you most want people to know about him.
Well, he's very dedicated to, his wife Gabby and his kids. He's very focused when it comes to dealing with things like this. So I think, it can only help Gabby to have someone like him kind of, interfacing with the doctors and other people to, enhance her recovery. And, he's just good at dealing with, these types of crises. And I think, he's probably, certainly he's hurting, and it's, there's a lot of grief and sadness involved, but also he's very focused. And I think, I think he'll be okay in the long run, and especially as Gabby continues to improve.
Commander Kelly, we thank you so much. We wish you a safe return, and we thank everyone on the station, and thank you, Houston.
Well, you're welcome, Diana, and it's good to be able to join you today. Thank you.
See you back here on Earth.
Thank you.